A high-level conversation is when two generals get together and they talk about how to win a war. And that's what we're about to do.
Man proud, 25 and I gotta be the man now. I've been tucked, but it's time for me to stand out.
Right? There's a web of accomplishments that are connected to people's legacies, right? There are some people who are powerful, who are natural-born leaders, who are innovators, inventors, thinkers, right? And once you drop them on any timeline, they're going to change the spectrum of reality after that. The brother that I'm speaking to today is a very honest and truthful speaker. He's at the top 10 tourists in the world. Y'all know I'm up there too, right? Some of my favorite tourists in the world, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, Malcolm X, right? Even Shakespeare, because I'm going to throw him up there for his communicative powers, right? Now this brother, not only when he communicates, he shifts paradigms and make people think about things in ways that they normally wouldn't have. It's one of them people that when you hear him speak, you say, damn, I never thought about it like that, which is one of the greatest compliments you can give to an orator or to a thinker. A divergent thinker, a person that can come up with multiple solutions to a problem, being abstract, being creative, and not beholden to a box. The brilliance of this man have created legacies and institutions that we all get to enjoy today. He's also been through the fire, rebirthed himself many times, and today I'm sitting here with one of the most brilliant minds of our time and generation, Mr. Dame Dash.
Thank you.
How you doing, good brother?
I'm good.
And blessings.
Man, God gives you a shot. He says it nicely first. And then the next time, he gives you some pain. And that's the way people usually learn from pain. It's stupid to me not to learn from other people's pain if you have the option. But some people are so arrogant, they think that they're better than someone else. It's just like somebody that hustles and thinks they won't get caught. If 99.5% of the people that hustle get caught, or that commit a crime get caught,
Yeah.
it's like, why would you think you're going to win lotto in that way?
Well, people think they special without doing anything special.
But the things they think they're special about are the things they shouldn't. You should think you're special about not having to break the law to make money.
Right.
You should think you're special about not having to listen to what's told to you that's not logical. You got to be winning when you don't have money, because it don't matter what you got physically. It's how you feel about yourself.
That's a fact.
Me saying that I'm the flyest and I'm the best, I'm called cocky and arrogant. Nah, that's you trying to tell me how to give myself affirmation. I tell myself I'm great because I know I'm great. If I don't know I'm great, how is anybody else going to think I'm great? You gonna tell me I should feel bad about tell myself I'm good because I'm not saying it like a yogi?
Right.
You can't tell somebody how to pray.
Well, we live in a world that'll better hear you call yourself a nigga than a god.
No, that's a program.
Yeah.
We're living in a world where we're programmed to say that so that we divide and hate each other so we can't move ahead and so we won't stick together. It's our responsibility not to blame people for giving us that program. We have to blame ourselves for not being aware of it.
And accepting it.
And accepting it or looking the other way because you're used to it. When you're groomed to think that, number one, God is not your color. When you're groomed to think that you should be lucky not to be working for somebody, doing labor for somebody else, that you should be lucky to be able to sit in another man's house that's not yours and just be able to work in it.
This video is sponsored by Eve Rabash's Patreon.
I can tell you guys, content creation is a game changer. But the thing is, you gotta be patient. You gotta be able to put in the work day after day, time after time, in order to get what you want in life. I've really looked at my experience, I've looked at what I've gone through, and I'm like, you know what? I can start helping people now. I can help people become content creators because I have found so many gems, so much knowledge. I mean, come on, the record speaks for itself. You go head out on my YouTube channel and you see what I'm doing out there. We are doing numbers. YouTube shorts are going crazy. My vlogs are going crazy, dropping every single day. I love you guys, man. I want you to grow. I want you to see a pathway for yourself. There's no limit to what you can achieve and where you are going. And if you're really serious about content creation, if you're really serious about being a YouTuber, I got the gems and I'm giving them away on my Patreon.
You should be lucky to give me your master so that I can sell it back to you.
Yeah.
Lucky I'm doing. Of course, they're going to say that nicely. Of course, they're going to say that over and over again. And the challenge is, it's a challenge. It's a test. The test is, if you're told something over and over again, if it doesn't feel right, if it's not logical, will you listen? And that's the ultimate test. Life's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be a test. So when I think about God, I'm like, oh, so God's testing me. He's testing me, see if I'm going to be aware of the Jake. If I'm going to sell drugs and not let a crackhead trick me, but I'm going to let some white boy trick. It's not going to happen. This is, to me, how I look at the people from other walks of life that try to trick me into believing that I'm not great, that I need them to do anything nicely. And then I laugh at them because I'm like, yo, that game is weak.
Right.
It might work with everybody else, and then they don't like how that feels because they're not used to somebody actually speaking up. The only time they don't beat us is when we give them something different. So the Martin Luther King thing was something different. They couldn't fuck with that. Another thing that would be different, what they've never seen, is if we stick together.
That's a fact.
That's the play that we've never tried. The one thing I've never heard is somebody be like, yo, we stuck together and that shit was whack.
Right.
Why come we can't stick together? Every time I stick together, it doesn't work out. You never hear that. You never ever hear someone complaining about sticking together and it not working out. Why can't we try that social experiment? Because that's the only one. Because I look at, if I throw the same punch every time and it's not landing, and I keep getting hit every time, and even my son throws the same punch and gets hit, his grandson throws the same punch and get, why are we going to keep throwing that same punch? It should never be one person that's the most powerful. That's the problem. We're all supposed to be equally powerful. My job's to make you strong. Your job's to make me strong. We're supposed to make that contagious. And if we fight together, then no one can beat us. But this thing about one person being the strongest, that means you're the weakest. The strongest person is the person that can bring the people together, not divide them and make sure that they're the only ones that can give. I don't want to be good at everything. That's too much work. I want to help everybody be good at everything so they can do the work and I can do what I want to do.
But thinking for yourself is a deliberate act. It's not actually easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That means that you got to actually come up with your own thought process towards everything.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of being fed the way I think about God, the way I think about women, the way I think about life, philosophies, the way I think about everything. Everything that we know is from the collection of consciousness that we've gathered over time that somebody else already did the thinking.
That's what a boss does. That's the definition of a boss. It's the definition of a father. It's the definition of a man. Like we're too used to not being 100% what we're meant to be.
Right.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be working for somebody. We're supposed to be taking care of our family. We're supposed to be making it easy for the people we love. We're not so. If you are all right with your kids having to go through the same exact problems that you had, then what you here for?
Right.
And a life without a purpose is not a life. It's a depressed existence.
That's a fact.
So that's why we're taught not to dream. We're taught not to give ourselves any kind of compliments. Anything that makes us confident makes it negative. We're taught to be controlled. We're taught to sit in a room since the day my daughter is taught to sit in a room 8 hours a day while the sun is out and worry about going to college from the day she goes to school since she's been 6. You know you want to go to college before you know what you want to go to college for. I got a son in college right now. You don't know why I ain't in college.
Right. Well, now they tell them
that.
Now they tell you the experience.
What experience? The experience being an adult and so you 4 years behind everybody else. So you could have the experience you're having debt.
Yeah.
What experience?
That's the American experience that they connect to the dream of college.
Program.
Yeah.
And you pay for it.
Yeah.
Put you in debt. Period.
Yeah.
And they don't teach you nothing that you're going to use.
Yeah.
At all. So that's the reason. But I'm not even mad at it. If I wanted to brainwash the masses, I'd make a curriculum that brainwashes them from the day they're born. I take it from their kids and tell them exactly how to be taught by a stranger. Tell them exactly what have you ever seen any hieroglyphics with a school on it?
No.
That's it. And you know when school came? When you were being schooled, when you're being taught how to be controlled, how to push you into a group. When they tell you that the planet is overpopulated, but when I go into places and don't see nothing, New York could be overpopulated. LA is a lot of people,
right?
But this is where they want everybody.
Capitalism allows you to make money off people's ignorance and ills.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I really teach you how to eat right, think right, do right, I just eliminated so many industries.
A lot of middlemen.
Right? Now, shit, the doctors don't have a job. You understand me? Now, all of these companies that sell you things, they got all the fats and the sugars and the chemicals. Now nobody's buying those products. You understand me? So once you, the same thing with Netflix, people ain't watching as much TV. They mind not gonna be as distracted. They focus on things that actually matter. You understand me? And so it's against the interest of all the corporations to teach people how to live in a healthy capacity.
So for me, everyone's scared of the unknown. The unknown excites me because nothing I've ever heard about that was supposed to be so hard, once I got there, it wasn't ever that bad.
Yeah.
Every time. So I'm just going with the algorithm of that. You know, I've been here 50 years. So I'm like, yo, I'm not going to worry about the same shit every time because it never realizes itself unless I manifest it.
Yeah.
What I do know is every time I tell myself I could do it, I could do it. I know every time there's a challenge, I work it out. And not only do I work it out for people and a lot of people I love. You know what I mean? So again, that's more affirmations. This is my thing. No matter what, I could work it out. Whether it's AI, I'll figure it out. Whatever comes my way, it's my job to figure it out. It's not in life. It's not meant for things to be easy. It's obvious that we're here to be tested.
Yeah.
Every single day. That's
a man's thinking though. You know what I'm saying? Like a man gonna conquer anything. Man, this is mine. You understand me? So it don't matter what you put in front of me. I have the power to conquer that. I have the power to have domain over anything, whether it's technology, whether it's the beast, no matter what it is. It didn't stop applying to different things. It applies to everything. You believe in astrology?
Yeah.
Right? You a Taurus, right? You're born in the 5 month. The brother was telling me that rules communication, right? So everybody can communicate their thoughts. You know, they say some people don't have a loud inner voice, right? So that ability to be able to speak and communicate to yourself first before you say anything to the world, or to be able to go through that problem solving in your head, right? That's a skill, right? Everybody don't have that, but we oftentimes project our intelligence or the lack of intelligence on other people.
This video is sponsored by Eve Rabash's Patreon.
No matter how famous somebody was or how much celebrity they had or how many records they were selling, I still, in my heart, believe that if me and you are in the same room and there's a girl, I'm getting her. And that's what would happen. If you know the metrics of the matrix, you can beat the matrix. Period. If you know how the matrix works, then you can win.
Yeah.
Just like if you know and understand finance, you can make a lot of money in a recession. There's a yin and a yang of everything. Off evil, I can make positive. Off positive, you can make evil. So again, at the end of the day, I know that this is the one equation that is 100% guaranteed. I win. No matter how it gets done, that's the equation. And it's going to be a different way every time. Same answer. I win.
Yeah.
We win. It doesn't mean it happens in 10 years. It might be 15. You might think I'm losing for 15, but at the end of the war, I win. And I'm patient enough that the war's not over till I win. And I'm going to have fun fighting until I get it. But I can't even visualize not getting it. The only thing I'd be wrong about is exactly when it happens.
Yeah.
But I don't see a loss. I see the end zone. I see the Super Bowl. You know, at every single thing, I am him. And that's what you're supposed to think. I'm Batman. I'm a superhero. If I really wanted to fly, I could figure it out. I just don't feel like it. You're born on a block because that's where your parents are born.
Yeah.
That's the life that you're given in that moment. But that's not the only life I'm going to experience just because that's the one given to me.
Right. Oh, that's a fact.
That's why we done lived on a farm. We live all over the world, London, ranch, everywhere. Because I'm going to choose what life I want. And I'm only going to know what life I want when I experience each and every one. Then I'll decide if I want to live on a ranch, if I want to live down South Florida, LA, or New York. I got to live all those places. I saw Yellowstone from my ranch.
Yeah.
From the ranch, we got to see it, so I really understood it. But if I wasn't on the ranch, I wouldn't even have watched it.
I'm one of those people, when I walk into the building, I want to stand out. I know my aura, my presence, my energy, and my drip is going to be the one that's going to pull me apart from the lot. you can be that person too. It all starts with your fashion sense. It all starts with the way you present yourself. And Fanatics, they're just them guys, man, especially when it comes to supporting your favorite team or just looking fly. This is a lifestyle and it's a mentality. Guys, there is discounts every single day. That's the best thing. That's why we've partnered up with Fanatics for a really long time. I'm very passionate about something like this. And to be able to look good and fly is always a privilege. So go click that link in the bio. Now let's get back to the video.
Here with my good brother, you definitely deserve your flowers because you are a success story for everybody else to marvel at. The ability for a black man in America to do what you've done, the odds are astronomical. And I mean that for you to still be here, we done seen you take many fights. You fought for your children, you done fought for businesses, you done fought against lawsuits, you fight against yourself to go through that shadow self and then continue to rise. That being a fighter is the greatest example a black man can show to another black man because so many people give up, right? And so just within that itself, I give you flowers for being a successful black man. You know, I believe everybody's what they think they are. You understand me? But President Mugabe said we don't walk around with x-rays, so inner beauty only counts so much. But I actually believe inner beauty is the most beautiful qualities that a person can have, because there's a lot of people who look good on the outside, but they ugly on the end. There's a lot of men who try to fake confidence, but in the inside, they scared. There's a lot of people who look rich, but on the inside, they're a slave. You understand me? So it's more important to be, you know, who you are on the inside rather than the outside. There's way too many people that walk around and when they get home and they by themselves, they hate themselves, right? They hate themselves for the things that they did, right? And they're around people when they're doing it, they're reinforced to say that this is okay, this is a normal. When they get by themselves, God talking to them and say, you was a sucker the whole time. And that's why there are so many people that commit themselves to drugs and alcoholism, and they are in environments, right, to where they're trying to be social, to give themselves value because they feel worthless. You understand me? But when you stand on business and you stand on integrity and you move in a way to where you never go against your principles, you'll always be free. You understand me? And you will stay godly, like me and my good brother Dame Dash. So man, this was a powerful high-level conversation, and I want you to just listen to how a man thinks. You understand me? And especially when it comes to independence and that bosshood and being a god, man, tap into yourself and move accordingly. What's a high-level conversation to you?
A high-level conversation? You know, I'll do this. You know, I in this stage of my life, I'm only having conversation with generals that have armies because I can't get nothing done. And a high-level conversation is when two generals get together and they talk about how to win a war. And that's what we're about to do.
Let's do what we're doing, huh?
The thing is, right? Remember I was saying...
Proud. 25 and I gotta be the man now. I've been tucked, but it's time for me to stand out. I've been grinding.